So let's do this. I have this tweet from Adam22 because this was big in the news and everybody was ragging on this guy. And you can't say he's not funny. They're calling him a cuck, and I guess it's because his wife slept with another guy. He posted this image, said, "Why do people keep tweeting this at me? I don't get it." And it's a woman pregnant with a black baby and a man smiling and putting his hands on the woman's stomach. So I'm interested in, as we move the conversation forward, the discussion into monogamy. You mentioned earlier, if everybody was in an open relationship, there would be no infidelity.
Which was, by the way, that was a joke. But yeah.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But, here's the idea. I mean, we're seeing a lot of this rise up. Polycules. This guy being called a cuck because his wife, I guess, what did she did? What was
Isn't that
story?
literally cuckoldry? Like, it's not just he's being called one that would make him
No,
one?
no. I think cuckoldry is a fetish where you like watching your wife get banged, right? Is that what it is?
Generally involves some aspect of humiliation, but some people, cuck hunting has become like the most obsessive like projection of insecurity, like that everybody in the red pill and larger space on the internet where people are like obsessed with like finding cucks and seeing cucks and calling people cucks. like if your girlfriend fucked too many guys in the past, you're eternally being cucked. Sometimes if you're a dad, having a daughter can make you a cuck because you're just training her to get fucked by another guy. Like the cuck hunting is like an insane level of projection of insecurity today. But
the word, it does go back, hundreds of years in the English tradition. And it's not just a guy who was cheated on. Like, if you come home and your wife's banging another guy, guys unfortunately be like, you're a cuck. But traditionally what it means is the guy who is like rationalizing it. Someone like Adam22 who's like, yeah, my wife is sleeping with other guys, but it's okay because I'm making money on it and I'm going to tweet this funny meme and it's going to go viral and people are going to subscribe to the OnlyFans for $5 a month or something like that.
Wasn't this something with Hunter Avalone as well? I don't know.
That gets a lot messier, but
we love Hunter.
Oh, a lot messier.
Yeah.
I don't
Hunter.
I don't really care about the personal drama, and my attitude is like, dude, I really don't care what this Adam guy is doing. I don't care what his relationship or his what he likes and what he doesn't like, what he wants his wife to do or not do. But I do think it's interesting, and this is a big culture war debate. Honor and shame around whether or not you're in an open relationship or a monogamous relationship, whether or not you are emasculated because your wife has sex with other men. Personally, not my cup of tea. I prefer monogamy. Yeah, I'm not interested in any of that stuff. I also just don't care what other people do. So the question is it bad for society? Is it in some way emasculating? What do you guys think?
I mean, is it bad for society? I don't know if that's... I think it would probably is best for people to be able to pick their own relationship styles and sort themselves out that way. Like 50% of marriages ending in divorce is probably bad for society, right? If those people would have been better off in some other situation in terms of relationship style, it'd probably be better for society. Would it be better?
Are those our choices though? Either 50% of marriages are ending in divorce or people just have open relationships, because all of this is very new. So I think a lot of people act as if, well, it's either polyamory or divorce. Sure. A lot of human history kind of bears that perhaps.
I'm not saying that it has to be one or the other. I'm just saying that railroading everyone into monogamous relationships is probably not. That's definitely not the best idea. Railroading everybody to that with the divorce rate of what it is now, that's not working. I'm not saying that like it needs to be everybody has to be polyamorous or open or whatever, because I don't even think the majority. I don't even think a plurality of people can handle those types of relationship styles. But yeah, I think that letting people. I think the important thing is you let people explore. You let people figure out what they want. Some people try some things, they don't like it. They try other things. That's fine. But I think that it's important to. I would say like give people the freedom to explore. If you don't like a certain relationship style, I think that's fine. I don't think it's bad if a person wants to be monogamous, so they want to be polyamorous or open or whatever. But I think it's weird that sometimes people obsess over and meat watch other people's relationship styles so much. There are people. I think it's totally fair to look at Adam22's situation. I mean, they both do porn, so it's like that's already like out there. But like to look at his situation, like I don't think I would ever do that. I wouldn't want that. I think that's totally fine. It gets really weird how obsessive people are over like the dicks and pussies of people that they don't like, though. I think that's kind of weird. But
it's weird to obsess over individuals that you don't know and their relationships. But I think more broadly, if we are talking about on a societal level, we know the best environment to raise kids in. And so I don't think it's just being authoritarian for people to say this is probably not a good trend that we're heading in. And therefore, even if I don't care about what this individual guy does, this is still not something we should be embracing. We should be criticizing it because this does have societal effects. This does affect the lives of children who aren't going to grow up in stable homes with both a mother and a father, because these relationships I think are naturally going to be volatile. So I think there is a good reason for us to criticize it.
Sure, but the best, I'm pretty sure statistically speaking, the best household to raise kids is 2 gay parents. So like already like this
based on what?
Is that real?
Because I think it's because gay parents have to jump through a few more hoops when it comes to adoption.
What are gay parents? What is that?
It's a man and a man.
How does that work?
So you're saying
parents?
It's called adoption.
that doesn't make you a parent necessarily. If you're two men and you like adopt a child,
Is this the next Matt Walsh documentary? What is a parent? I mean, you don't call it parent. I'm just saying that the style of household, like obviously a broken household, the traditional broken household, I think we all agree is horrible for children. So man abandons mom, no child support, mom has to work and fend for herself and take care of the kid, and is usually in a shitty neighborhood. That's the worst outcome. I think we all agree with that.
Yes.
But then, like, again, if you've got the 50% of marriages ending divorced, you've got like all sorts of problems relating to like only half of women even get their full child support and everything. That style is not working right now.
But that style is not monogamy. Like, that's not traditional monogamy. What we have with no-fault divorce, that's kind of exploded. That's representative of the monogamous and marriage lifestyle now, but historically that has not been the case. So, I mean, I think there's grounds for also bringing in the question of divorce into all of this. We're too keen to, I guess, and obviously I'm not talking about, oh, your husband beats you. What was that? Whatever clip. Endure. Like, that's not what I'm saying.
I'll take credit for that. Yeah,
Was that you?
yeah. Well, no, I wasn't the one that said endure. That was our friend. That was our friend MLD. What I said was, and Destiny understands this as a former Catholic, is his wife brought up divorce, and I said, I don't believe in divorce. It's not a real thing.
I was married in the Catholic Church too, so I know that it's off the table.
Yeah, so I meant that in like a very sort of like metaphysical sense. I didn't mean like literally like, separate. And so later on I did say, like in that same monologue, like, yeah, obviously separate, get yourself out of that situation. Destiny's wife clipped that out. I understand. You got to play the game. That's fine. I'm not mad.
To be fair, didn't you say divorce should be illegal?
I mean, well, that's probably true as well. But like a separate conversation. But she is right that, with things like no-fault divorce, as that started to be integrated throughout the country, you saw states that were passing these laws had couples reporting like increased likelihood of considering that as even an option. So I think the like virtue and nobility of marriage is like, you're in this for the long haul. There is no way out. And so you find a way to make it work. And it's kind of like with abortion, we're like, well, if I know that like worst case scenario, I can get divorced, I can just kill the kid. That tends to happen more often because people just don't commit.
See, this is the silly thing, in culture war politics. I got roped into criticism. So, Ben Shapiro, a handful of other people are like, Chelsea Handler is miserable. She's got no kids in her life and she's single. I never said that, but they acted like I did. Chelsea Handler made that video where she says she wakes up in the morning, does drugs and masturbates. And I said, that woman is probably happier than a pig in shit. She's like doing whatever she wants. She's rich. I don't see her as being unhappy. I think a lot of this is projection from people who think that lifestyle is a net detriment, need them to be unhappy.
Yes. This is something I try to communicate to people, and it's impossible. I don't know if it comes with age or experience or what, but one of the most detrimental things that you can operate through in life is that there's some sort of like karmic balance, that guy that bullied you in high school, he's going to grow up and he's going to be fucking miserable. I know, but he might not be. He might have a dad that owns a business, and he might not only might he not be miserable, he might be super happy. He might realize what he did was wrong. He might live a more virtuous and better life than you ever will. There are people that are truly shitty people that are happy and have fun and do good and they learn from their mistakes. This running around in the world and operating under this assumption that like that guy, this is why the cuck hunting stuff is so fun to me, is these people, a lot of them virgins, a lot of them miserable for a lot of reasons, so why they consume a lot of this content, will be on Twitter tweeting at like Adam22 or me like, I know fucking miserable you fucking are, because if you fucking ever do this shit, and it's like, bro, are you okay? Like, healthy people don't spend. People draw so many. I've got so much fan art of me watching my wife some black dude. I'm like, bro, there's no way that a healthy guy is drawing this picture. Yeah, the whole time, like thinking like, oh, I know this is gonna fucking trigger the fuck out of him. Like, dude.
That's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Like,
yeah, it is. Like, Jesus.
Of the appeal of that whole genre of content is like that guy just like, Stacy's gonna be miserable. She's gonna hit the wall. And so you've got like some guys like, don't worry, little bro. I've got the suit. I've got the watch. Shut up. And he's like, yeah, get her.
I think